Well, hello, and thanks for watching another episode of News of the Pews, where you can count on unapologetic 2A advocacy. Gun rights are human rights. With a motto like live free or die, you wouldn't expect this to be an issue, but the New Hampshire legislature is passing a campus carry bill back and forth. The bill, as passed by the House, would make it illegal for universities to violate your right to bear arms if they receive state funding. But Republicans in the Senate first tried to bury the bill in a study committee, then amended the bill to exempt private universities that receive state funding and limited the bill to only apply to faculty, so college students have no way to carry legally. Everybody's focusing on how the students got left out, but I'm thinking the staff also kind of got the short end of the stick here. Senator Pearl whined, "I want to protect our rights. I believe in that. But I understand that sometimes we have to take what we can get, and today this is what we can get." And hey, I get that.
Oh, Muffin, it's so hard being you.
Too often, hardliners in our movement criticize a good law for not going far enough. They might say things like, "We'll never get another chance to do this." And I think that's usually nonsense. We'll have another chance next year, and the year after that. But even if it were true, why blow the one chance we have by trying to get too much all at once? Except in this case, he's just gaslighting you. This is the makeup of the New Hampshire Senate. The red team could pass literally anything they wanted to. If they wanted to. But hey, it would be impossible for me to produce quality 2A propaganda without you. That's right. I don't have any sponsors, so I literally could not make this content without your support. So if you are in a comfortable place in life, please consider supporting this channel by purchasing one of these sick t-shirts for just 15 bucks. Or maybe one of these rad stickers, mugs, or magnets is more your speed. But whether you buy merch or donate directly at the links down there in the doobly-doo, and of course right here, your support is what keeps this thing going, and I am incredibly grateful for your generous support. But if you're not in a comfortable place, please don't feel pressured. You don't owe anyone else a thing. Just enjoy this 2A propaganda at the price of free 99 and continue to pray for us. Brothers and sisters, polish your pointing fingers and warm up your heartiest guffaw, because the state you never get tired of watching lose just lost again. New York's vampire rule, the law that says gun owners are only allowed to carry in businesses if they are invited, just bit the dust. The Second Circuit just upheld the district court ruling that the private property component of the law is unconstitutional. Unfortunately, it upheld the ban on carry in parks, as the court accepted the state's examples of founding-era laws. But as the Volokh conspiracy noted, that law the control freaks have been citing never actually existed, so the court's got it wrong. Don't put that pointing finger away, though, because the big bloated control freak shopping list we were worried about in Minnesota failed.
They failed us, they were all over the ground!
HB 5140 banned pretty much anything that gives a Karen big feels, so it's good for the Hothastani locals that it failed, but in a weird kind of way, it was also a slight setback for the rest of us, if not a loss, on a strategic level. If you're thinking, huh? Well, allow me to unpack. We have multiple federal court losses challenging assault weapon bans, but Minnesota is in the 8th Circuit, and there has been no ruling on assault weapons in the 8th Circuit. Additionally, the 8th is actually fairly likely to rule in our favor. That would create a circuit court split, which gives us a shot at the Supreme Court. But without a law to challenge, there's no circuit court split. So hopefully the DOJ can get us that split with their challenge to the assault weapon bans in Colorado and Denver. Or maybe even their suit against DC, which they recently amended to include DC's silencer ban, but getting a ruling that respects individual rights in that district is a lot more of a long shoot. With all of these positive things coming out of the DOJ, it may be tempting to think they're a whole new department just because Spam Blondie got the boot. But, well, they're still out there defending the NFA in court, and they're still funding state-level red flag laws, otherwise known as bury your guns in the woods laws. Seriously, though, go bury some guns. I used to chide people for burying guns, saying that if it's time to bury them, well, it's time to dig them back up again. That is to say that if you're worried the government is going to come and confiscate your guns, well, you should be using those guns to resist tyranny. But I wasn't thinking about how people might be individually targeted before society slips fully into despotism. Some person you have never met could claim to be your abused girlfriend, or some disgruntled neighbor might decide to get even with you by using the violence of the state. And because they don't look for any real proof that you're actually dangerous or even arrest you, once they leave with some of your guns, you'll be free to dig up the rest of them. Of course, I don't mean that you have to literally bury them. They could get ruined that way, and digging holes is hard.
Why are you doing this?
Water softens up the dirt.
You could leave one at a buddy's house. You could put one down inside of the drywall between your walls. Maybe one tucked up inside that bridge abutment down the street. But you should definitely hide some guns away, because the Department of Justice has another $131 million to hand out for red flag funding. Well, folks, rounds complete on 2, but before I go, your moment of completion. I love you.